Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
WWE fan, that alarm is for you. You don't come in here with that politics. I will kick your mother out real quick. We ain't even started the show. Don't come in here with that. Not come in here with that. Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com.
Yeah.
We are back after a week off because it was a holiday. As you see, my co-host is back with me, Tony from Get the Table.
Yeah.
Yo.
How's everything going?
Going all right yourself?
We doing good before WWE fan came up here with that bullshit. He about to get him up out of here. We about to get him up out of here. That's what's about to happen. But now we're good. Everything good over here. Besides the Cowboys being trash, you know, you know how that go. Actually, no, your team. Well, your team is good, but they're losing because of injuries right now, right? So,
I mean, it's a bit of both.
nah, your team is good. They just hurt right now. You know, I've been riding the Tampa wave all season. I'm gonna stick with them. And once Mike Evans get back, whenever that is, I think he would be good.
Should be in a couple of weeks. So.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, you got to start somewhere. But
yeah, we need him back, real bad at this point.
yeah, God went out, man. Yeah. But we got the NFL trade deadline. We got Week 9 recap. And then we got Week 10 preview, power rankings. So we're going to get right into it. But before we do, you know, we always start off with a little wrestling now. NXT, the ratings are in. NXT and AEW went head-to-head last night. Man, WWE fan, golly, wait a minute. Can we do our intros first? Golly. Man, I'm about to, you own one today. I'm finna block you for real now. but the ratings are in, head-to-head ratings are in. NXT 619,000, AEW 523,000. So NXT won the ratings, but did they win the night as far as the better show in your opinion? What's your thoughts?
You know, I didn't really watch. We did a watch along, and I went with NXT. From what I saw on AEW, it looked okay. Some of the things they got going on over there, I'm not really understanding. But I don't know if you flip back and forth last night. If you're watching the show, the environment, the atmosphere, everything was just a totally different vibe over on NXT. The crowd was more into the show. The matches, I mean, they weren't the greatest. But I just think the overall fun show was NXT. Now the demise of the ratings with AEW, I don't know what's going on over there. I just don't think people are interested on what's going on. I think they've lost interest in the show. They got things that make you scratch your head over there. Yeah. They got Adam Cole versus Malachi Black, which you would think, man, holy crap, that's a fantastic match right there.
Right.
But this how they booked the match, I just didn't care for. And then the main event with Ricochet, he's my boy, but I just didn't, it's just you have him pinned to catch the clean, and then you got him going against Adam Cole next week, who's on this thing where he has to beat 3 guys to face MJF. So do you have him beat Takeshita and have him take 2 L's in 2 weeks, or do you have Adam Cole lose? It's just a lot of weird booking and strategy going on over there with Tony Khan. And they got a pay-per-view in a couple of weeks that you have to pay for, and the card doesn't look necessarily great. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy to see how far they have fallen in their couple of years now. The popularity of AEW just not there anymore. It's not what it was.
Yeah, so the match with Adam Cole and Malachi, the way it ended, and then the hug and all that. So if he's not gone, or what are they doing there? Is he gone, or are they trying to turn House of Black face? Like, what's the deal? D-Well, what's good?
Well, he did come out on Instagram and did like a statement saying he's not going anywhere, he's not retiring, he's not leaving AEW, because that was like the whole thing. Oh, that was a send-off of some sorts of him losing and then leaving the way they did. But if you watch the match before he faced Buddy Murphy, they shook hands after the match as well.
So they turned him face.
It seemingly looks that way, but it's weird because of a gimmick and character of Malachi Black. He doesn't fit the narrative of shaking your hand and hugging you after a match.
Right.
Like, it just didn't look right. It didn't seem right. So I could see why people thought it was kind of odd. Especially with Buddy too, as well. Him shaking the hand of Adam Cole after the match as well. So I guess they're switching them faces, and where they go with them there, I don't know. They have been one of the misused groups in AEW. Malachi's barely used he's had, I think, 4 singles matches since he's been with AEW. I just don't get what Tony Khan is doing over there. And I hate to mention his name because he made a great point. I don't know how he popped up on my Twitter feed, but JD from New York made a great point.
That block you, or you block them, they can see stuff now again, but you just
I don't know how it popped up, but he made a good point saying that AEW won't get better until Tony Khan steps down, like from creative, and has that power, like how Vince McMahon did, and how things drastically changed for WWE. Mm-hmm. But he did say this, but if Tony Khan did do that, Tony Khan has no reason to keep AEW going. Which is, like, if you think about it, what other factor would Tony Khan play in AEW if he stepped away and let other people run the show?
Make money. I mean, still put your input in, but run a successful company and make money.
No, I 100% agree with you. It was a good point. Like, if he's not involved in creative or producing or any of that mumbo jumbo, would Tony Khan even have interest in doing AEW? Because that was, boyhood dream to run a company and own their own wrestling company and do this and that. And if he's not involved in it 100%, making choices and producing stuff like that, does he even have interest of being keeping AEW?
If it's making you money and you get again, you're still running the company. Let's just say you give somebody power over the main event matches and you do the lower end match, or you do Collision and you let somebody else do Dynamite.
You're the final guy. You make the final decision. You have guys that come up with things and they have to come to you for the final say. I just don't like. To me, Tony Khan is very hard-headed, and I can see why people compare him to Vince McMahon. Because if you really think about it, if you see your show suffering, you may be making money in other avenues. They got the new TV deal, that and the other stuff. But if you see your TV struggling every week, the ratings are below average. Every week you see your attendance falling. I mean, you're in the 3,000s. I mean, you would think he would wake up and be like, all right, there needs to be a change here.
Right.
But obviously he doesn't care. He's just gonna keep riding the ship until they fall.
Yeah, when you have that type of money, you can do whatever you want, apparently,
Right.
especially when your dad is just going to keep funding you, too.
Absolutely.
So it is what it is. But NXT won the ratings. Better show. It was close because the AEW actually did a good one thing that shocked me a little bit, that kind of caught me off guard with AEW, it was a lot of talking. A lot of talking segments. So I posted, I said to everybody that's talking about AEW and not trying, be more like WWE and do more building stories, they better not complain at all about last night, because it was a WWE show. It was crazy that NXT started off with the wrestling and AEW started off with the talking.
Absolutely.
We'll see how they go. I'll make sure my YouTube kind of went black right here. But yeah, shout out to NXT, man. Congrats to them for winning the night. A little wrestling talk that we always throw in at the beginning of the shows now, because we both do wrestling content as well. So we got to go ahead and just add it. And it's sports entertainment, so it's still sports related, right? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, 100.
But let's get into the NFL, man. Week 9 breakdown, trade deadline breakdown, Week 10 preview. Let's go. Hopefully this intro play. We about to find out. We are off to the good start. Everything is playing smoothly. We're doing good, man. WWE fan, I knew you was waiting to hate. That's why I made sure it played just for you, partner. I knew you was waiting to troll, but here we are. NFL Week 9 breakdown. Let me double check YouTube, something on YouTube one more time. Make sure the categories and all that is right, because YouTube will put their own category sometimes. Yeah,
they like to be crazy like that. You look good so far.
I'll be finding out, I'm like, hey, all right, well, okay. How about them? I don't give a damn about them. You ain't saying nothing to me. I knew what it was since January, partner. I told y'all I was out. D-Well, what's good, man? So Week 9, I guess we'll do Week 9 first, because that led up to some of the trades and firings. So I guess we'll go ahead and start Week 9 first. I was going to do the trades, but let's get to Week 9 ESPN. Get the scores up. Your Jets, your sleeper team in AFC, they take out one of my top 2 teams in AFC. The Houston Texans 21-13, Texans 6-3, Jets 3-6. No Stephon Diggs, who's out for the season. No Nico Collins for the Texans. So yeah, the Jets get a win. You got what's his name? I'm about to say Hopkins. Devontae Adams getting his first touchdown as a Jet. Aaron Rodgers 22-32, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns. So, any thoughts on that game?
Man, where's this Jets team been? I mean, they looked good against the Texans. Again, Texans. Probably. I mean, Houston's down, 2 of their best receivers. So, they had the advantage there. But yeah, the Jets looked good. Let's see if they can ride this momentum until next week. Probably not, the way they've been playing. But tough loss for Houston, especially in the AFC, where it's, very, there's a lot of teams right neck to neck with records wise, with the, Bills, Chiefs, and other teams, Ravens. So that was a tough loss for them, but overall, I think, they're just missing Nico. Once they get him back, I think they'll be okay. But good one for the Jets, finally.
Yeah, so whatever to the Jets. Cowboys lose to the Falcons 27-21. Falcons are 6-3. Cowboys are 3-5. Dak Prescott 18-24, 133 yards, 1 touchdown before he went out with a hamstring injury, which come to find out he pulled the hamstring off the bone. So
Eesh.
Cooper Rush 13-25. He actually didn't look bad. Cooper Rush 115 yards, 1 touchdown as well. Kirk Cousins 222 yards, 3 touchdowns on 19-24. Falcons rush for 100 yards as a team. Cowboys rush for 137 yards as a team. CeeDee Lamb got a shoulder injury in that game, but he had 47 yards on 8 catches. Darryl Mooney 88 yards on 5 catches. Bijan 86 yards on the ground, 59 in the air. Season's been done, and I'm still pissed off because the Cowboys made a move. They finally made a trade, and they just idiots. I have nothing nice on this game, so if you have anything, I'll let you talk. But
You said 8 catches for 47 yards
for CD, yeah.
Wow, what the hell?
5.9 average.
What were they doing, man? Throwing screen passes into him or what?
Pretty much.
I know. Yes, I saw him run the ball a couple of times as well, but
jet sweeps. Oh, 4th and 1, you jet sweep.
I saw that. Yeah, that was bad.
And then the next 4th and 1,
they did good.
Fake punt. Hey, man.
Like that, the Cowboys season's done with.
It's been done.
I don't see why they just won't sit Dak. Sit Dak the rest of the year.
Oh, he ain't got no choice now. He out.
So I mean,
they might as well sit CD.
And then he gave up what, a 3rd and a 4th for.
You gave up a 4th round. So it's crazy because I had just made a Cowboys exclusive video saying, all right, go ahead and this is your draft. I went down like some of the top draft prospects, talking about how you can fix the team next year, how you need to be selling at the trade deadline instead of trying to buy. Because Jerry, after the game, Jerry said, oh, there you go.
Acknowledge me.
Oh, appreciate the follow. There's a new sound on this. Appreciate the follow.
I think it's control.
Oh, it's one of them. Okay, well, anyway. But yeah. Now we was talking about Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones got on there and was like, we still going all in and all that stuff. Like, shut up, bro. All in is done. You need to be selling. You need to be trying to get rid of Tank Lawrence, all these people, Tank Lawrence, all these vets that people can still use on other teams. Like, and one team I threw out actually made a trade for a DN, and that was the Lions. I said, you think Detroit Lions can use a Tank Lawrence with Hutchins being hurt?
Yeah.
Like, I would have called Detroit so fast. What draft pick you want to send me for Tank Lawrence? Like, but no. Anyway, go ahead. You any thoughts on the game?
No, I mean, I just feel, I don't feel that bad for Dallas fans because I live in San Antonio. It's a daily Dallas heavy fan base here. I mean, you get what you get. I mean, you've made bad decisions in the off seasons. You haven't gotten better with these draft picks. You haven't helped Dak out at all with getting him any type of weapons other than CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't seem like they're trying. You have Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones must be seeing something different on the field because he feels like this. He feels like this team's a Super Bowl team. Does he even watch the games? I mean, this is another team like I talked about with New Orleans. We'll get to them a couple of weeks ago, where I think the team's given up on the coach. I just don't think they care. I just think they're going out there to get their paycheck and get the hell out of there. You have Diggs messing up on a route where you leave a guy wide open for a touchdown, and he's blaming the other guy for the mishap. It's just, this team is in shambles right now. Maybe Cooper does something when he comes in. I know he knows the system. He's been there forever. So, I mean, it's not going to be a crazy drop-off. I mean, talent-wise, yes, obviously, but he knows the system. He'll get the ball to CD. But, Dallas Cowboys season is over. You need to worry about what you're going to do in the offseason. And like you said, they should have sold on some of these players. I know there's some people were throwing out trade Micah, trade these other guys, get some draft capital back and try to rebuild this team up. But it just seems like Jerry does not make the smartest decisions. And at one point, you got to think to yourself, when will he finally realize it? But again, he's done this ever since he's been the owner of the Cowboys. I mean, it's not going to change.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid, bro. And we'll get into the trade. We'll get into the trades once we talk about trades. But it's just dumb that you can look at this. I've been calling this since week 2. It's time to sell. Once you saw what happened and against the Saints, excuse me. What you saw what happened against the Saints, and then the next week against Baltimore, like, you should have known then this team ain't it. They not going to no Super Bowl. So go ahead and focus on next year, because you know you're not finna spend money this year. So just go on and focus on next year, right? But whatever, man. Jerry Jones, I'm done, bro. Like, I've been chilling all season because I called it early. So I've been relaxed, and I didn't get upset this year, none this year, until they made that stupid trade that we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
So, because now you starting to mess with the future too, in my opinion. Because Mingo was about to get cut. Carolina said they was going to cut this guy at the end of the year. You could have waited. And then you giving up a 4th rounder when you got D-Hop going for a 5th? Like, what?
Yeah.
Are you trying to win, bro? Like, I don't man, whatever, man. Just, it's stupid. You couldn't afford $8 million for Derrick Henry, but Trey Lance is making 5.3. That gets hurt, and Trey Lance still ain't playing.
Bruh. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense, man.
The Dolphins they lose to the Bills 30-27. Bills 7-2. Dolphins 2-6. They might be with a new head coach next year. From what I'm hearing their coach is in the hot seat. Any thoughts on that?
Which is kind of crazy because they just kind of give him a new deal. I mean, I don't think you give up on him for one bad year. I mean, he went to the playoffs last year, if I'm not mistaken, with who the hell was their quarterback? It wasn't Tua. So I mean, why give up on him out of one bad season? He lost Tua for a couple of games. I mean, if you want to give up on him, fine. I hope you find someone that can replace him, because I think that guy's a pretty good coach. Mike McDaniels is no slouch. Yeah. I mean, he gets fired, he'll be hired immediately. So think wisely here, make the decisions wisely here. If you're the Miami Dolphins, obviously your season's probably done as well. Maybe you trade Tyreek. Maybe you get rid of him and get some guys back in return, some more draft picks in return, and you rebuild from those draft picks, because I mean, you have what? I think I saw a stat from now. They have like 3 passing touchdowns of the year or something around those lines. I think Tyreek only has one touchdown right now. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're the Miami Dolphins, I don't think you just abandon ship with Mike McDaniels. Maybe you think of other options, maybe other ideas to do on that team first before you blame it all on the head coach. We talked about it at the beginning of the year when they lost Tua. Why didn't they trade and get someone to replace Tua for the time being? Maybe they would have been a little bit more competitive out there. Because, I mean, obviously they lost because of quarterback play.
Yeah. That was Justin Fields, Jameis Winston, Trey Lance. I mean, it's a couple of quarterbacks out there that you could have had. Joe Flacco. Right. Sure.
I mean, he could have went out and tried to get someone in return, and they made no effort.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's no one else's fault but the Miami Dolphins general. You know, the management team. Like, what were they thinking? Did they think that Tua was going to come back quicker than he did? Right. Did they think things were going to be the same with Tua out? I mean, you got to think about these things. When you lose your starting quarterback, you got to. I mean, you got to think fast, and because as we see now. I mean, they've lost so many games that they're out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to go on a run to end the year to even try to make the playoffs.
WWE fan said Jerry Jones is not giving up this year. Man, Jerry Jones can eat a D. That's what he can do.
There you go.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's giving up or not. That's what he can do. Nah, he's stupid. And then when they suck next year because you giving up your draft capital for the worst player on the worst wide receiver on the worst team of the season, and you gave up a 4th round draft pick, and you gave up Amari Cooper, your number 1,000-yard receiver, for a 5th rounder, and the 5th rounder is not even on your team right now. I don't even think he's on any team right now. But we'll get to it. Bills 7-2, Dolphins 2-6. Raiders get blown out by the Bengals, who play tonight. Apparently, they play the Ravens. Bengals up. Bengals win 41-24 over the Raiders. It's like everybody is in the tank mode right now because they see how deep this draft is. So it's like the Raiders are like, you know what, whatever. We go ahead and take our L's too. The Bengals are still middle of the road, 4-5, so they still have a little chance of getting in the playoffs as well. Joe Burrow, 27-39, 251 yards, 5 touchdowns.
God damn.
Jacoby Myers, 105 yards. Of course, he'll do that when I take him out of my fantasy. But
of course, yeah, absolutely. That's how it always works. I mean, hell of a game from Burrow. And like you said, I think the Raiders know who they are. I feel like they got talent, but their quarterback situation is pretty bad. So I know the draft is not bringing in very, as they call, high quality quarterbacks, but there's some there in the draft in the first round, and they'll be able to grab one where they land in the draft. So you may see Shadir in a Raiders uniform, or Ewers in a Raiders uniform come next year. It's definitely, you know what they're going to do in the draft. They're going to go after a quarterback. Yeah, they are who we thought they were. They weren't that great of a team. They're in a tough division. Yeah, they're just hell of a game from Burrow.
Yeah, shout out to them. Hopefully he don't do it tonight. I got the Ravens defense in my fan. And, you know, I like the Ravens, so that's my team now. That's my team for the rest of the year. That's been second team anyway. They about to become full-time number 1. They about to be 1A for me. And they made a trade as well, which is crazy. Chargers take out the Browns 27-10 in Cleveland. Chargers are 5-3. They're like the quietest 5-3 team in the NFL right now. Justin Herbert, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns on 18 of 27. J.K. Dobbins, man, it's great to keep seeing him balling after those injuries. 85 yards, 2 touchdowns, 14 carries. Quentin Johnson, 118 yards, 1 touchdown on 4 catches, man. So
boy went off.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like you said, like you said, the Chargers are like one of the quietest teams in the AFC. You don't really hear much about them.
Yeah.
They have the best defense in the NFL, which is not talked about at all. You know, they're playing pretty high level football right now. Again, they're in a really tough division. They got to still play the Chiefs again, and we'll see how that goes for them. But yeah, Harbaugh's doing a hell of a job with the Chargers over there with talent that, you know, we don't really. There's a lot of name talent that we have never heard of before.
Right.
So, you know, props to them over there. As long as they stay healthy, and like you said, JK, super happy for that man who came off that injury. And I'm going to say the Ravens kind of gave up on him, obviously, for good reasons. Yeah. So I'm glad to see that he's doing good over there in LA. Yeah,
Ravens got 3 good running backs because Keaton Mitchell is returning tonight, so he is finally back after his torn ACL. So he's back for the first time tonight. Fantasy people, just in case, you know, you might want to sneak him in there.
That running back room the Baltimore Ravens have.
Because Keaton was number 2 option before he got hurt, you know. So I don't know what that means for Hill moving forward, because, you know, we'll see. The Titans move to 2-6. They take out the 2-7 Patriots, 20-17. Mason Rudolph, 20-33, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard, 128 yards on 28 carries. Calvin Ridley, 73 yards. I have nothing on this game.
another guy that Cowboys gave up on and is thriving on another team right now.
I'm not even mad at that one because I got to eat crow on them, because I said it's time to let him go too. I said I would have never gave him that franchise money,
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Year, coming off that injury, right? So, and if you was gonna, and this is my whole thing. If you was gonna franchise tag Tony Pollard off of that injury that he had, that lets me know that you plan on signing him long term. But I know how Jerry thinks. He was just gonna franchise tag him, use up $10 million in cap space, and then just let him go anyway. So that's why I was pissed.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. They franchised and wasted $10 million that season that they could have used some of that on something else. and then you let him go anyway once he's actually another year in of being healthy. Just
gotta love him. And like you said, they that was a crazy game between the Patriots and the Titans, where Drake May like scrambled for like a minute through a tying touchdown pass.
Yeah,
and they end up going to overtime. But yeah, it's just two bad teams playing each other. There's not really much to talk about there.
Yeah, so I'm over there. Shout out to Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is leading the league in yards after contact for running backs. I thought it would be Derrick Henry, but it's actually Tony Pollard. The Commanders, they still winning 7-2 after beating the Giants 27-22. Daniels 15-22, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. Noah Brown 60 yards. I'm still not impressed. I'm not
either. I know they made a good trade, got that POS out of the NFC South, but
they did. I forgot.
I'll tell you this: they haven't beaten anybody that I'm impressed with.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed with any of these wins so far this season. I want to see when they play Philly. I want to see when they're playing a little bit more high caliber teams. I mean, they beat the Giants, and even then they kind of struggled against them. So I'm not a believer quite yet. I may eat crow, like you said about Pollard, how you're eating it. I may eat crow at the end of the year if they make the playoffs and make some type of a run. I do think they got a nice system there. Dan Quinn's playing, is coaching his ass off. I think. God, why am I drawing a blank on the offensive coordinator? Kingsbury. I think that's a perfect match for Daniels. So I mean, they got something going there, but I still don't believe in this team. They won off a Hail Mary. Right. I mean, in one of their games.
To say that they should be.
So like, come on now.
So
let's be real here.
And that was Chicago. So
right.
Yeah. I'm still not impressed. Like if I had to do power rankings right now, I would probably put the Chargers ahead of them.
I would too.
So that's what we'll get into that. I might have to rethink that. My mind might change by the time we actually get the power rankings. The Panthers beat the Saints. The Saints still ain't won since they won the Super Bowl in Dallas in week 2. So all that line dancing and parading around you did around AT&T Stadium, and then your fans go showing up to the practice facility at the start the next day playing your flag. You ain't won a game since. Cowboys have a better record than you. So, hey, I'm glad you enjoyed your Super Bowl, and then you end up getting your head coach fired, which we're going to get into as well. Panthers 2-7. Other than that, Kamara had 155 yards. Other than that, I don't have nothing else on that game.
I mean, if my team's suffering, I can't be any happier to see Saints fans cry and be upset about their own team. Cameron Jordan is one of the biggest a-holes in the NFL, trying to call the Bucs out and say, "Oh, the rivalry's over because Brady left, and Bucs are going to go back to what they were."
What?
Yeah, comments he made in an interview saying that once Brady left, Bucs are going to go back to what they used to be. A team that always bottom of the barrel, and they're not going to be competitive no more. Look who's running the things in the NFC South, and it's not the Saints. So
it ain't.
And y'all are in a lot of deep trouble with the cap space that y'all have to eat up. Y'all aren't going to be making no moves in the next couple of years. So enjoy it, Saints fans. I hope you're happy.
What's crazy, they still going to end up making more moves than the Cowboys. Watch, they go figure it out, and Cowboys, we go just be looking like, what the hell? But Broncos come back to reality as the Ravens beat them down 41-10 in Baltimore. Ravens 6-3, Broncos 5-4. Lamar 16-19, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zay Flowers 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, if the Ravens up in the fourth quarter or second half, it's a wrap. It's as simple as that. We said this already.
Yeah. It was an overall beatdown. I mean, they went out there and just beat the living hell out of the Denver Broncos. They put a statement out there, and we've been talking about Denver. Their defense has been pretty solid. Mm-hmm. As much as I think Sean Payton's overrated, he's got the Denver Broncos playing very well,
right,
and looking good out there. But the Ravens said, nah, we're gonna put them back down and show them who they really are, and that's what they did. They pretty much dominated the whole game. There was, obviously Denver got some points up on the board, but it was never like, oh my, they're making a comeback. Baltimore played great on both sides of the field. I think as a Baltimore fan, you just wish you could see this more often.
Yeah, we'll see. That might be one of those games that we'll see tonight, I guess. We'll find out later tonight if that's one of those games that, push that defense aside to another level. So, to the Ravens level that we're used to seeing from a Ravens team. And then they made a trade as well. Got Tre'Davious White. So, former star cornerback from Buffalo. Then he went to the Rams. And now he's in Baltimore. So, that could help if he still got something in his tank. So, we'll see. Jacksonville Jaguars lose a close one to the Eagles, 28-23. Jags 2-7, Eagles 6-2. I still don't know how I feel about the Eagles. Like 1 minute I want to say I'm impressed, the next minute I'm just like, I don't know, right? But right now I'm gonna just say they are impressive, just because of the things I'm seeing Saquon do. Saquon is he's on a different level, and I love seeing what he's doing, even though I hate that he's in the Eagles jersey. Trevor Lawrence 16-31, 169. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, because Dak is the only one that throws picks. Jalen Hurts, 18-24, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. Saquon, 159 yards on the ground, backwards hurdle. That should give him an extra 10 yards right there.
Golly, that was crazy.
1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts had a rushing touchdown and 67 rushing yards. Travis Etienne is back, but it didn't matter because they gave him the ball 3 times. They gave Bigsby the ball 8 times. They gave Ernest Johnson the ball 2 times. They didn't even try to run the ball.
No. That Jags team's in shambles, man. Dougie P will be fired at the end of the year, more than likely. And to think about it, they had an opportunity to win that game. They almost could have won that game.
Yeah.
If Lawrence doesn't throw a shitty pass in the end zone and get it picked off.
What was he thinking?
Yeah, throwing it way up high like that. Running back is 7 feet tall. Like, I don't get what that man was doing.
It's so hard to tank this. It's like I feel like people are really doing stupid stuff because the draft is so deep and everybody's trying to tank it.
Yeah, it's like weird.
This is crazy, man. But Jags lose, Eagles. It's like I'm impressed, but I'm still questioning them.
I'm kind of on the boat with the Eagles as well. I mean, they are a very 6-2, 7-2, very quiet 6-2 right now. They're not talked about very much in the NFL news media because they haven't really done much to impress you. Maybe these next couple of weeks they get people talking more because everybody's on the Commanders bandwagon right now and how impressed they are with the Commanders.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to when they play each other.
Yeah. Oh, that is going to be a good game. So hopefully we get that game soon. I have to look at the schedule and check. But shout out to the Eagles, man. They might stay in the power rankings this week. I think I had them 2 weeks ago. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Cardinals, my sleeper team. They move to 5-4 as they take out the Bears 29-9. Chicago just got handled, man. James Conner 107 yards. Caleb Williams 22 of 41 for 217 yards, no touchdowns. The Cardinals they just steady, they just kind of riding that mid wave to see if they can sneak in. But that's all I got on that game. You got anything on that?
No, I mean, like you said, you had them as your sleeper team. I thought you were a little bit foolish for picking them, but man, they're making you look good out there. And like you said, they're kind of keeping a level of making the playoffs in that division. It's kind of wide open.
Yeah,
with the Niners and their injuries and stuff. So
yeah,
definitely could see it could happen.
With our 2 sleeper teams, the Jets. Well, was the Jets your sleeper or the Jets is one of your favorites?
I had the Jets making the Super Bowl.
Oh, dang. Who was your sleeper then? Did you have a sleeper?
No, I did not really pick a sleeper team. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I had the Jets and the Lions in the Super Bowl, and boy, I mean, one pick looks good, but the other one, Jesus.
Shout out to the people that's coming in on YouTube. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
If you can, hit the like button for us. If you're already following, bless you. Thank you for your support as we try to keep growing these brands. So,
absolutely.
Where were we? Cardinals. Okay, next, one of your favorites. The Lions moved to 7-1 as they take out the Packers 24-14. And the Packers, being in the position that they are in, made some trades that kind of baffled me this week. So I don't know what's going on with them. But Jordan Love, 23 of 39, 273 yards, 1 interception. Josh Jacobs on the ground, 95 yards on 13 carries. That's crazy. Jared Goff, 18 to 22, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. Like, he's just going out there and not making mistakes, right? That's what he's doing this year. David Montgomery, 73 yards on 17 carries. Jahmyr Gibbs, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Jaden Reed, 5 catches, 113 yards for Green Bay. Any thoughts on that game?
You know, right now, I think the Lions are the best team in the NFC. It's kind of hard to think of anybody better than them. I guess they're vulnerable on defense, so if they have a bad offensive game, they're very beatable. You can beat them. But right, man, I mean, they got so many weapons on offense with Detroit. You know, you got St. Brown, you got Gibbs, you got Montgomery, you got Laporta. I mean, it's everywhere. They got just weapons galore in Detroit. Now, they do miss Hutchinson. They made a trade, like we'll get to, which I think will help them out. But their defense is a liability. If you can get them on the ropes and make it a kind of a shootout, you have a chance. Yeah. Or if you can hold down that offense, like the Bucs were able to do in week 2, you have a chance to beat this team. But right now, I mean, they're the best team in the NFC.
Yeah. Appreciate
back-to-back weeks, Minnesota and then Green Bay. I mean, it's hard not to.
Yeah, in your division, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want to do if you Detroit, right? Moving on, 2 teams that's kind of riding away. I thought Seattle would be better than this, though. Honestly, the Rams beat the Seahawks 26-20. Rams 4-4, Seahawks 4-5. Geno Smith 21-34, 363 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker 83 yards. Smith and Jibba, I always say his name wrong. 180 yards, 2 touchdowns on 7 catches. So, like, the offense put up some good numbers, but they couldn't stop Matthew Stafford, who had 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception on 25 of 44. And yeah, this is just LA poured it out in overtime, man. So, any thoughts on that game?
No, you know, I give McVay a lot of, I guess you could say, hate on our show. I'm not a big fan of him, but he's doing a hell of a coaching job in LA with the Rams, keeping them afloat with all the injuries that they've battled, with Cooper Kupp and Nakua. They even lost Nakua in that game. Yeah. Got kicked out of the game. So, and they were still able to win that game. So props to them on being able to still be out there and beating teams despite the injuries that they have had. So, like we talked about with the Cardinals game, this division is wide open. I think if you could pick any team to win this division at this moment right now. So, hell of a game from Stafford. I can't believe they thought about maybe possibly trading this man. But yeah, a hell of a game from the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to save cap space. I guess they didn't think they was going to be right there in the middle of the road and possibly still able to make the playoffs. So what they were looking at is, okay, let's start getting this cap space and yada yada and draft picks to kind of make up for going all in all these other years. You know what I'm saying? So, but they held on to them, and they might sneak in and get in the playoffs. You never know. In that
definitely.
division, because the Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. Who else is in that division? I can't remember. Who's the 14?
Niners.
Niners are not. I mean, Niners are most likely win that division, but they're still not the same, you know, as they normally are. So they still have a chance. The Vikings move to 6-2. They take out the Colts 21-13. Colts 4-5. They benched their starting quarterback because he apparently tapped his helmet and said he was tired and he came out the game. Anthony Richardson, you can't say that on the mic, even if that's the truth.
Lie, bro.
Yeah, you can't say that on the mic, man. So he is benched for the rest of the year. The coaches needed an excuse to, you know, say we're done with him. We're done with this project, and then he gave it right to him.
Yeah, what that comment he made probably lost the team.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell are you going to be tired when this offensive line plays all these snaps and they guard you and they're going up against? Yeah, like, are you kidding me? Like, one run and you're tired, you got to sit out a play? Like, that's ridiculous. Now, like you said, the Colts were just waiting for something to bench him. They got it. They're going to bench him for the year. I would be surprised if he's a Colt next season. I would be honestly surprised if they don't trade him to another team because apparently there's teams out there that are interested in him.
I don't know why.
I would be surprised if he's still with the Colts next season.
Yeah, he's definitely done with the Colts. Yeah, that was just. I heard it. I was like, come on, bro. Like this. Even Cam Newton went off on him on that. So
yeah, this guy. It's crazy because you look at him, he looks like a next coming of Cam Newton. He's big, he's strong, he can run the ball. Obviously, he needs to work on a couple of things to become a Cam Newton-like quarterback. But he has those dynamic. He can run and he's big. And it's just crazy. I don't know if he has the work ethic. It just doesn't look like he's gotten better since they drafted him.
Yeah, it don't seem like it. So, shout out to the Colts, I guess, for shout out to Joe Flacco for keeping a job, man.
That guy's crazy.
He's got to keep a job no matter what. So shout out to Flacco, man. He is always, and he's playing every year. He finds a team that always end up needing him at some point in the year, and he's playing. So just
crazy how it works. He has some type of voodoo, man. I think he's like witch doctor or some shit. Throw some voodoo out on Richardson and look at it. He's the starting quarterback for the rest of the year.
I'm telling you, man. Like Joe Flacco, if Joe Flacco is coming on your team as a backup, you might as well just say, like, trade me, because he's going to play sometime in the year. But moving on, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers put up a good fight in Kansas City, but they lose overall 30-24. Chiefs are 8-0. Your Bucks are 4-5. Baker Mayfield 23-31, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pat Mahomes 34-44, probably his best game this year. 291 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kareem Hunt, who was on his couch, and the Cowboys didn't even give him a call. Comes right in, 106 yards on 27 carries, 1 touchdown. Chiefs get the win. DeAndre Hopkins gets his first 2 touchdowns with the Chiefs. 86 yards, 8 catches, 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce looks like Travis Kelce again these last few weeks. 14 catches and 100 yards. How you feel about the effort in that game overall that you could have won?
Coming into the game, I thought the Bucs were going to get blown out. I thought they fought hard. They played very hard on the road as well, and kind of it started to rain as well.
Yeah.
So I think who we had out there coming into the game, the guys that were on that field had a combined 30 receptions. On that field with Sterling Shepard and Trey Palmer and Cade Otton's been balling out for the Bucs on tight end. He's their security blanket for Baker Mayfield. And I don't want to be this guy, but man, when you watch the Chiefs, they get away with so much BS. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's been a thing. Even I had to call it out this year.
You go back and the people there's Chiefs haters, so there's people that'll critique every little missed call that there is for Kansas City, and how many that there was missed in that game is insane. And I don't want to be that type of guy that it's the Kansas City and the rest versus everyone else, but it definitely makes it seem like that when they miss blatant false starts, missed holding, or they call it a face mask when maybe it was a holding call.
Yeah,
that's just a lot of things that happen in a game that favor the Chiefs all the time. Now I think it was still fairly called down the middle by the refs. That false start that was missed in overtime, a little bit of a bummer, but who's to say that the Bucs would have stopped them anyways? I mean, that defense was gassed. They were done, and I'm a little upset that we didn't go for 2. I'm not saying that we would have gotten it, but I think we had a good chance of getting it. Why not, man?
Yeah.
I feel like you had them on the ropes. We drove down the field. Momentum's on our side. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the underdog team with all those injuries, you're on the road, you might as well. Because if you don't, you end up in overtime, and Pat Mahomes always win the coin toss in overtime for some reason.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens, right? And then, and the thing is too, like the Bucs defense is in shambles. We're hurt. We weren't. We did. We again. Granted, we stopped them a couple of times to get the ball back, to get us in situation to tie the game.
Right.
But you don't give Mahomes the ball in that situation. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you need a real lucky a break against him in overtime. We couldn't get it. We couldn't stop him, and we're 4-5.
I mean, still, the season is not dead for you guys. You guys play hard. The team looks good, in my opinion, even with the injuries. Like, you can. I think your division is trash. So
It definitely is. You know, the Falcons obviously are the front runners to win the division. They beat us twice, so it's going to be hard to catch them unless they just start going on a massive losing streak.
yeah,
You know, we play the Niners this weekend, which is going to be a tough game. They're going to get McCaffrey back. We still don't have Mike Evans, obviously. Then we're on a bye,
I think y'all can beat the Niners.
and then we come back against the Giants and the Panthers. Cupcake games right there.
Yeah,
Not saying, you know, the Giants play teams tough, and look what the Panthers did against the Saints. So I can't say they're cupcakes any given Sunday, but those are winnable games. Get us back to 500. So
yeah.
we'll see what happens this weekend against the Niners.
Wow, that is week 9. The Steelers and the Niners had bye week, so that's the tough one for y'all right there, because y'all played the Monday night game. They coming off a bye week. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button for us before you exit. If you do exit, if you stay, we will appreciate that as well. I guess you want to do power rankings first, then trade deadline, or
All right, it's up to you. Let's go whatever you want to do.
trying to
Let's
think
go.
of the order. I guess we do power rankings and keep it in order, because power rankings will come for last. You know, it consists of last week. So let's get in power rankings, then we'll do the trade deadline stuff in week 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, these are our power rankings from 2 weeks ago. We took last week off because it was a holiday once again. And we got kids. So that's how it works.
Oh.
So I believe I went first 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I'll go.
Let me make sure I get the thing so I can click on it and change it real quick. But 2 weeks ago, this is gonna definitely look different. Come on, stream. There we go. Now we getting it up. But yeah, I had the Packers, Vikings, Lions, Ravens, Chiefs in order. Tony had the Bills, Vikings, Ravens, Lions, and Chiefs in order. That was 2 weeks ago. Once again, we skipped last week. Last week was Halloween. We both had kids. We both have kids. So
Absolutely. You know, it's not going to change much just by order, and I'm adding one team in. So I'm
Okay.
going to go number 5. I still think they're pretenders, but I mean, you can't deny the way they're playing right now. I'm going to go the Commanders
wow.
at number 5. We'll see what happens in these upcoming games, but right now I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders. Number 4.
Hold on, this is freezing over here.
Oh, you're good. No problem. I'll wait for you.
All right, go ahead. I'm good.
Number 4, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
At 4.
At 4. I think the Baltimore Ravens are a scary AFC team, but right now I think there's a team playing a little bit better than them. So I'm going to go with Baltimore at number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go with my boy Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I think they will beat the Kansas City Chiefs as well. When they play the Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills will beat them. Guarantee you.
I should have known.
Number 3, Buffalo. Number 2, this one's a tough one because I think the other team is better than the other, but just by record, I have to go with the Detroit Lions at number 2.
Oh, okay.
Back-to-back weeks with good wins on the road against Green Bay and Minnesota. Divisional rivals right there,
I
so
already
good
know
for
that's
them. And then obviously number 1, the stinking Kansas City Chiefs.
Why you gotta be stinking Chiefs, man? Why they can't just be the Chiefs, man?
Damn Kansas City Chiefs, man.
Wow, so there it is. The Commanders, Ravens, Bills, Lions, and Chiefs for Tony. I can't believe he put the you know what? I expected it. I expected it. Number 5 for me. I'm gonna take the Eagles over the Commanders.
Okay.
Even though I low key wanted to sneak the Chargers in here. I'm gonna take the Eagles over the Commanders. Number 4. I got the Bills. Number 4. I don't know how I ended up putting 2 dots here. Number 3. I got the Lions. Number 2, I got the Ravens.
Wow.
Number 1, Chiefs, of course. So that is the power rankings right there.
Disrespect.
That's how it should look right there.
And the Lions. Wow.
That's how it should look right there. It should be the Eagles over the Commanders. The Bills and the Ravens need to switch. Lions, they, like you said earlier yourself, they defense is real questionable.
Okay,
and if the Ravens ran up against the Lions, they will beat them again, just like the Chiefs will beat them again. Yeah, only reason I got the Chiefs ahead of the Ravens is because the Chiefs are undefeated, and until somebody beat them, you can't take them out of number 1.
That's crazy.
WWE fan on Twitch. What is this? Twitch? Yeah, Twitch said. I know you hate putting the Eagles in there. Nah, I'm telling y'all, bro. When I said I stopped caring in January when they lost to the Packers and got blown out, I meant that. And I didn't do Cowboys content, like exclusive content, until like 2 weeks ago. And that's just because Jerry charged up the radio host down here and they went viral. Like, yo, I've been talking about the Cowboys by default because we do a sports podcast. I'm over them, bruh. Like, and Jerry keep making dumb moves, which we're about to get into right now because we have trade deadline in week 10 coming up. Those are our power rankings once again. I'll screenshot that and post it on Twitter. Thank you once again on YouTube and Twitch for joining. So yeah, let's get into some of these trades that happened. First of all, the Saints fired head coach Dennis Allen. You think he deserved it?
Oh, absolutely. That team gave up on him, man. We talked about it 2 weeks ago when we were live when they were playing on was it Thursday Night Football?
Yeah.
Against the Broncos.
Yeah.
And that team just didn't look like they wanted to play for Dennis Allen anymore. So I saw it coming. I think we both saw that firing coming. When they lost to the Panthers, that was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. The Broncos get a 6th-round draft pick from Arizona, and they gave up Baron Browning. So Arizona is trying to shore up their linebacker room, get a little help on defense by trading for the linebacker from Denver. We talked about the Ravens trading for Tre'Davious White, cornerback. He was with Buffalo as we know him, but he was in LA this year. And who did they get for him? The Rams gave up a 7th-round. I'm sorry, the Rams get a 7th-round draft pick as well from the Ravens. Then let's see. The stupid Dallas Cowboys trade a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo from the Carolina Panthers and a 7th-round pick.
They must think very highly.
All these receivers in the draft, all these running backs and skill players and safeties and corners, all these people in the draft, like, and you go get the worst guy, the worst wide receiver on the worst team, and you give up a 4th-rounder when D-Hop went for a 5th.
Mm-hmm. I guess maybe they're thinking, oh, we'll make a trade during the draft and get that 4th-round pick back, but
they won't.
That's a head scratcher there.
They freaking stupid. Washington Commanders did get your boy Marshawn Lattimore and a 5th-round pick from New Orleans. So I know you're happy about that because he's not in New Orleans no more. And then New Orleans received a 3rd-round pick, 4th-round pick, and a 6th-round pick.
I mean, good pick for them, I guess. I mean, like the Saints are obviously in rebuild mode. We're gonna probably see a lot more players traded for them. But good pickup for the Commanders. If they can get Marshawn from a couple of years ago.
We'll see. Dan Quinn, he know how to bring it out of these people. So Pittsburgh was very active. They got Mike Williams from the Jets for a 5th round pick, and then they went and got Preston Smith from Green Bay for a 7th round. A 7th round for Preston Smith, and Green Bay is in the playoff hunt right now. And then not only that, they gave up Zadarius Smith. Oh, no,
I like
no,
the
not
move.
Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith went from Cleveland. I'm sorry, but Preston Smith. You give up Preston Smith, and I don't understand it for a 7th rounder.
That's a great moves by Pittsburgh. They're all in right now. They're trying to win that competitive division right now. They seeing what the Bengals are doing right now. Obviously the Ravens. It's a dogfight in that division. So I mean, anything that they can to get better, they did it. You know, Mike Williams again. You don't know what you're going to get from him. We didn't really see much from him from the Jets, and he was kind of hit or miss when he was with the Chargers. So you know, maybe anything that helps Russell Wilson.
Hey, do what you gotta do, Pittsburgh. I ain't mad at you. The Chicago Bears get a 7th round draft pick from Cincinnati for Khalil Herbert. So Herbert is now with the Bengals. I don't know if I'm a little surprised by that, considering how the running backs have been playing in Cincinnati.
Yeah, Chase Brown's been good. I don't know. That's a little bit of a head scratcher, but maybe they think he's more better as a receiving back in the backfield, and because Chase has been playing excellent for the Bengals. I don't know exactly why they made that trade. Maybe there's an injury we don't know about. I don't know. That's a little bit interesting.
And that's what I'm looking for, to see if there's an injury, but I don't see anything that's saying I don't see anything that's saying they have injuries in a running back room. Chuba Hubbard, however you said, try to say that fast 4 times. Gets a 4-year contract extension from Carolina, so shout out to him.
Hey, good for him, man. He's been playing his ass off in Carolina. That's like one of the minimum bright spots that they have in Carolina.
Right. Greg Joseph, the kicker from the Giants, got cut. So, you know.
Shame.
Yeah, that's it. But moving on, week 10, let's get into the predictions. Starting tonight, Bengals at the Ravens. Ravens are favored by 6.5.
6.5. Is it in It's in Baltimore too, right?
Yep.
You know, I think this will be a close game. I always think divisional games, it's going to be a battle out there. I will go with Baltimore, just because I think they're the better team and it's at home. So I'm going to go Baltimore.
They had a classic game earlier this year, but
they did.
Yeah, I got the Ravens as well. Giants at the Panthers.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna go.
I think
Giants.
this game got flexed.
No, it's Germany.
Germany. Some
Or
game
German.
got flexed this year. I can't remember what game.
There was a game that got flexed. It was the Colts and another team. I can't remember what team it was, but yeah, there was a flex that happened. I just can't remember the two teams that got flexed. But yeah, I'm gonna go Giants.
Well, I feel bad for Germany, so I got the Giants where they favored by 6.5.
Damn.
Oh Lord, another one. Patriots at the Bears at Chicago.
I'm gonna go New England.
Wow, I got Chicago. At home, they can't lose to the Patriots. They favored by 6 too.
They win against Bears, and the coach for the Bears gets fired.
Wow, we gonna say that right there. We gonna clip that, and we gonna see what's up. Make sure y'all clip that. Oh, now the sports bot is. What is happening on my chat? Okay, Buffalo versus the Colts in Indianapolis.
Buffalo. Buffalo's playing on a high level right now. I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Yeah, I got Buffalo as well. They favored by 4. Broncos at Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs as well. Chiefs favored by 7.5.
Damn, that's disrespectful.
Oh, well, we know who gonna win this because of the way they've been playing. Falcons at Saints.
Falcons. You know what? I have a funny feeling that the Saints may pull off the upset, and I would love that because I hate the Falcons right now. But I'm gonna go Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta.
Yeah, I got Atlanta as well. 49ers at your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 4-4 versus 4-5.
I'm gonna go Niners. I just think it's gonna be tough to beat that Niners team with who we have. You're gonna get McCaffrey back, so the Niners are gonna be all hyped up. I'm gonna go Niners.
They're favored by 6.5. I'm taking the upset. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Damn, 6.5. Sheesh, and that's at home in Tampa. Damn.
Yeah, so I see it. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting that upset. Ooh. Steelers versus Washington.
Here's a test.
This
is
is
a
a
test for
known
Commanders.
game. This is known.
That's crazy. How is this not a flex this Sunday night?
Right.
You know, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I got Pittsburgh too. Washington is at home, favored by 2.5, but I'm gonna take Pittsburgh as well. That might be a good one right there. Vikings at the Jaguars. Golly, I'm gonna have to bench.
Well, Trevor Lawrence isn't playing. Apparently, he's out. So I'm gonna go Minnesota.
I'm gonna definitely have to bench some people on my fantasy. I might even do that now because one of my running backs is gonna play now, and I need to make sure. Jeez. Okay. I got the Vikings as well on that. Tennessee at the Chargers.
I'm gonna go Chargers. Oh, absolutely.
Got the Chargers. They favored by 7. Minnesota is favored by 7 in their game. Another team that's favored by 7. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Cowboys in Dallas.
Philly.
Yeah, unfortunately, what I need Philly to do, I need Philly to blow the Cowboys out. Don't make this no close game. Don't give them no hope. Beat them down. They deserve a beat down from a rival team that's actually making moves and going all in. Beat them down, because if you don't, I'm going to be the biggest troll. And if y'all somehow lose to Cooper Rush, and then we got to listen to, see, Dak is the problem. I swear to God, Philly, I would never let you hear the end of it. I would never let you hear the end of it. You better beat the Cowboys down. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, I got Philly, man. Jets at the Cardinals. Ooh. Your AFC team versus my sleeper.
I'm gonna go Jets.
You know I'm taking the Cardinals in this one. My sleeper team's finna beat your top AFC team.
Yeah.
That's what's about to happen.
Man.
Jets are favored by 2. Ooh. Detroit at Houston.
That's a hell of a game, and I don't think Nico's playing either. So I'm gonna go Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta take Detroit too. Detroit favored by 3.5. I want to take Houston, but I gotta take Detroit just cause it's Dang, I really want to find a way to take Houston here, but I think I'm gonna do it as well. Detroit. Miami at the LA Rams.
LA.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins on the road.
Ooh,
I'm gonna take the Dolphins on the road. I think the Dolphins pull out an upset over the Rams and get back on track. If that's the team they can do it on if they ever get it going again. So that is Week 10 predictions right there.
That's Monday Night Football too.
Yeah.
Snoozer.
The Browns, Packers, Raiders, and Seahawks all have bye weeks this week. So, and that's pretty much the show. We're gonna get into some NBA stuff later on next week and all that. You know, let a couple of weeks go by before we start really digging in to the NBA. Even though I've been telling folks about Doc Rivers for since 2019, how he's overrated. He's been living off that one championship with that souped up Hall of Fame legendary Celtics team. Mm-hmm. And Doc is not like that. I've been trying to tell y'all that loaded team that he had with the Clippers, why they couldn't get past second round.
Yeah, and now they may even lose Giannis.
No, I'm talking about the Clippers.
Oh, the Clippers,
the Lob City Clippers back in the day.
Yeah, well, they did have to deal with the Spurs, but 1 year they did beat us. So I mean, you're right, they had talent, but they just could never get past that hump. And I mean, if you want to blame it on coaching, I can't see why not. I mean,
it's the consistent factor. You can't beat.
It is
because Tyronn Lue came in.
Yeah,
Tyronn Lue came in and went to 2 Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it where you went everywhere he goes. There's some sort of drama. Philly and now Milwaukee.
Yeah, you went to Philly and did nothing.
Yeah.
With what? I think that's the one they had James Harden too. He did nothing. Now you're in Milwaukee and they get Dame Lillard and you do absolutely. You're 1-6. Adrian Griffin had, what was he, 30 and I can't remember his record, but he had a winning record.
They fired him.
And they fired him for you, which I didn't like. I was like, why would you fire a guy that's winning for a guaranteed second round exit?
Yeah.
And now you might not even make it to the playoffs the way y'all playing right now. Giannis, your star player, all of a sudden wants to be traded. And they traded Drew Holiday for Giannis. Like, they traded, for Giannis to get Dame Lillard.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, Milwaukee was like the last couple of years, and then they fired Budenholzer as well, who fucking won him a championship.
Yeah,
that Milwaukee's in shambles again. They don't know what they're doing, and they're gonna probably lose Giannis. Hopefully, they'll get a lot back for him.
I feel
and
bad
they
for
still
Dame.
Dame thought he was going to Milwaukee to win a title, and it's like going back to Portland.
Right, he don't even like Milwaukee like that.
Yeah.
He don't even like Milwaukee like that. He just there to try to win a championship, and right now they 1-6.
Crazy, man.
So hey, it's ridiculous. Speaking of the Bucks, they just tipped off with the Jazz. San Antonio tipped off with Portland. So I know you want to keep your eyes on that.
Spurs are struggling, man. We got Sohan hurt. He's out for a couple of months, probably. About to get Devin Vassell back, so that'll help out offensively. But they got to do something with Wemby. I saw a stat out there today. He's like almost 80% from inside and like 20% from three. Like, he just keeps launching shots. We don't have Pop because he's battling some type of an illness or sick and stuff. So again, I mean, I don't care. I didn't expect much from San Antonio. I'd rather them get the top 5 pick and get Cooper Flag and imagine him with fucking Wemby. Holy crap.
We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need it.
You know, I'm okay if they are in the top 5 again. It don't bother me none. We also have Atlanta Hawks' first round pick as well. So, you know, if we're not good this year, I'm okay with that. I totally expect Chris Paul to either get released near the end of the year so he can join a contender or get traded.
I don't think nobody's gonna trade for Chris Paul at this point in time no more.
Probably not. Yeah, it'll be more of the release so he can go to a team that could give him a championship.
Shout out to Russell Westbrook. He's been putting up some numbers these last couple of games, so shout out to him. I'm a big Westbrook fan, so shout out to Brody. He had 29 the other night.
Yeah, he's balling.
Yeah. It was either 26 or 29. I can't remember. Against his old team, against OKC at that. So, yeah, man. Appreciate everybody joining.
Absolutely.
YouTube, if you like the video, YouTube been going. I've been watching that number go up and down the whole night. So, but hey, come on in, keep coming in. It adds up. Anything you want to promote before we get off?
Nah, same old. We're live every week as well, and Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we'll be back on Friday for SmackDown. So if you guys want to chill and watch some wrestling, we'll be live on Friday over on Get the Tables on Twitch.
Wow, Get the Tables Twitch.
Yeah.
Drop us a follow. We're almost to 3,300 followers.
Nice.
So it's been a grind, my friend. Big time grind. And you know, funny thing is, I'm sure you've seen it. These content creators that are coming from TikTok and these like so-called reactions that they do every time they go live for wrestling, and they go viral because they go ape shit over Punk returning or whatever have you. And
they
I
themselves.
I need to do that because people are going nuts and laughing at me because of my Bucks when I was watching the Bucks. They're like, why can't you act like that when you watch wrestling? And it's hard. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get why I can't have like a natural reaction like that.
I don't either though.
When it comes to I'm like, things shock me. Like, oh wow, shit like that. But I'm not like I'm on the edge of my seat type thing. I guess that was more when I was a kid type deal. But like, now I'm just. You've seen it all.
Yeah, I never
pretty
understood
much
the holy shit.
Jumping and throw your chair up in the air.
It's a TV show, bro.
It's all for the views, bro. And that's what pisses me off because there's streamers like you and I and other ones that are just legit real streamers.
Mhm.
They don't try to get clout, try to get a famous or try to make an episode of Raw
Right.
from the reactions,
Right.
and we're left behind because we don't fake it.
Pretty much. I've been learning a lot in this media world, and I'm just like, I could easily do this and get where, but I was like, it's not me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're being
Like-
fake, and and you may say you're real, but you're being fake. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. WWE fans say, hey, wrestlers real to us. That's fine. That's fine. But first of all, things get spoiled too much now because dirt sheets.
Facts.
So that's one reason. That's one main reason why I'm like, okay, well, whatever. We knew it. Like Bobby Lashley showing up. Okay, I knew it.
Yeah, we knew that was happening. The only one that literally like shocked me, and it got a legit reaction, was Punk. That was it. Punk
Yeah.
showing up
Yeah.
was a fucking shocker. Excuse my language. Like, I did not expect him. Maybe people say, "Oh yeah, I knew he was gonna be there." No, you didn't.
Right. I literally
you
tweeted
didn't.
like 3 seconds. I was like, well, so much for all you CM Punk fans. Ha
Yeah,
ha ha ha.
I
And then
thought
next
I
thing you
was
know,
on-
the music hit. I was
Yeah,
like, what?
that was all right. Like, I said the same thing. Like, nobody knew he was gonna show up. If you did, you're lying.
Yeah.
You just, yeah.
He
Come
said
on.
they didn't even know in the building because they hid him the whole day.
Right, exactly. So like, it was a legit reaction. It's very rare that you get reactions like that because more than likely, as you've been watching wrestling for years and years now,
Yeah.
other shocking was Cody losing at WrestleMania, the first one.
I kind of predicted that one. So
I mean, it shocked me. I felt like it was gonna be Cody. Like it kind of led the way to being Cody.
yeah.
Shocked me.
I think
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I think my fandom for Roman at that time was like, ain't no way Roman losing right now. He got some more things to do with that title, and I think that's what it was. And I told Dark, because Dark was mad. I was like, bro, it's better off for Cody. It was just too soon. He just got there.
Yeah.
And like, because you see his run now. Like, imagine if they did this then. Cody would have probably been mid-card now.
Yeah,
So-
people would have been, he already been done with Cody. By
Yeah,
now.
so,
I mean,
yeah.
it worked in the long run. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it ended up being the right decision. But
Yeah.
it shocked me. I think that's the only thing that's really like, other than, Punk returning, nothing has really shocked me watching
Yeah.
wrestling. Like, it's kind of like you kind of have a feeling it was going to happen.
Yeah. Now, before we leave, which we forgot to mention, and they went by super fast because the Dodgers whooped the crap out of them. Shout out to the Dodgers for winning the World Series on the New York Yankees. I mean, dominated them, man. I didn't expect it. After game 1, I was like, this is going to be a classic series. We're about to
Hell
have
no,
fun watching
man.
this. 2 of the biggest rivals and biggest teams in MLB history, and the Dodgers just beat them down. It was bad. Then
Get
the
out of here with
Yankees-
that, bro.
The Yankees,
Hell nah.
the Yankees, they had a 5th inning at home that was just when it was just crazy, man. Anything that could go wrong in that inning went wrong in that inning. So shout out to Push, because I believe Push was doing watch alongs cheering for the Dodgers. When they hit the grand slam, I forgot the game was even on, and I just so happened to go to his stream when they was in extra innings. I was like, oh, okay, so I got Push up on one screen, extra innings up on another screen. Bow, grand slam, Push gets up, starts just going crazy. Basically the wrestling reaction we just got them talking about. And yeah, shout out to the Dodgers, man. It is what it is.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing about that team. Screw them.
Who is your team in MLB?
I'm a Giants fan, bro. I hate the Dodgers.
Okay.
Screw them. I wanted them to lose. I wanted them to get swept.
I mean, look at all that money they spent on that team, though.
Screw that team, bro.
Like, you knew they. Otani having that year he was having, that was crazy. Then you still got Mookie.
I mean, they got. I mean,
Betts,
Otani's. I mean, I don't have anything against Otani.
Well, ain't he a cheater or better or something like that?
Allegedly, he wasn't one. Remember, it was his interpreter that
Yeah.
was the gambler.
Lying.
But yeah, screw the Dodgers. Pulling for the Yankees. Damn it.
I got homies from Brooklyn, so I love trolling them. I was like, "Hey, the Rangers won the World Series more recently than your Yankees."
That's nice, bro.
Yeah, I was trolling my homies from Brooklyn. I didn't care who really won. I just wanted to see a classic series, and in a way, it's kind of classic because the games were good, but overall, it was 5 games. The Dodgers just owned them, so it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that came through on Twitch, YouTube. Appreciate you. Hit the like button on YouTube if you can for us. It helped us go a long way. We just started a new website for Mavs fans called Dallas Mavs Update. So if you want to subscribe to that, it's free. Tony hating over here. I can't do the Spurs. I don't live in San Antonio. I gotta do the team, you know.
Nah, you know what? I hate Rockets, bro. Go Mavs.
Oh yeah,
Screw the Rockets, bro.
Especially they beat us last game. So I don't like the Rockets either right now. But
man, that fan base is toxic as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Screw the Rockets.
Yeah. So that's all right. We'll get the Rockets back. I ain't worried
And
about
Dylan
them.
Brooks.
Yeah, that too. But DallasMavsUpdate.com. So subscribe there. It's for free. You know, we don't send spam emails. We don't send promotion emails all the time. Only time you get emails if we have like a special guest, special interview, or something like event-wise. We're giving away tickets to a game or something like that. That's the only time you will get an email from either dopecontent.com or dallasmavs.com. So we're trying to expand. I don't even know if I want to say this because last time I tried to give somebody a chance, they absolutely did nothing with it and just wasted my time. Because I was about to say I want to give a journalist, an inspiring journalist or a reporter a chance to cover the Mavs and write for the website or whatever. I got somebody's season credentials. They went to one game. For the Dallas Wings, didn't see them again. Got one article the whole season. And I got that person's season credentials, not game credentials, season credentials. And
that's ridiculous.
One game you showed up to, and one article is what I got the whole season.
Oh, hell
So
no.
that's why I say I was about to say I want to give somebody, but at this point, between giving a photographer who was in my family a chance, and then he tried to build his own thing from up under me, and was using my brand's name without letting me know, and then was putting all the information that from those events under his own little media thing that he started, and then doing this reporter last year or this year, not even going to games and not even giving us articles. Like, what? I'm tired of trying to help people now.
Yeah, screw that, bro.
So, yeah, I think I'm gonna just do it all solo until I get to a point where I want to get to, and we just gonna leave it at that. So DallasMavs.com, dopecontent.com.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Thank you once again. Thank you for the ones who put in the hearts or a smiley, whatever this little thing on the side is that was going on. Appreciate y'all on that.
Yeah.
And until next time, man, we are out. Have a good one, Tony.
You too, brother.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
God damn.
Appreciate y'all on YouTube. Hit that like button for me.
Yeah.
If you missed the live, you can watch the replay.